The only way to defeat this current government is to have a candidate that will have the capacity to do so. And you can't come and put innuendos and rhetoric and say, so it must be the North. Pursuing generalization statement on general terms without specifically stating what candidate you think should be that. For me, I think that candidate should be Peter Obi. Candidate that have moved that goes around from state to state, that move from Jigawa to from Abuja to Kafasha to Kaduna, even to Olamaboro in Kogi State, and have been to several technical institutions, nursing school. We can't have people who are not showing compassion, who are not showing that they have the capacity to be able to know the terrain of this country. Because the problem we have put people in government who have not been able to even know what is the route that link between Ogugu to Enugu. What is that road? People don't travel, they travel on shop. But I have seen a candidate.
So after all, Peter Obi are the candidate to beat, right? Welcome to Updated Pressure. So I'm not going to hear waiting Ibisi, the former chairman of Interparty Advisory Council, IPAC, talk about the coalition. And if they want to move forward, the only one candidate who they need to use win Bola Ahmed Tinubu na Peter Obi. I'm going to watch waiting in talk very well. And then also go watch waiting Datti Ahmed talk or Datti Baba-Ahmed talk. As if people don't talk, say, oh, he won't run for presidency. He won't do this one. He won't do that. In talks, and only two people will go step down from start, will go make and run down from presidency. And in talks, those people, one, Peter Obi. The second one, who say no go mention the president. People can say, well, then a good luck, Vele Jonathan, and all that. But they say one thing we respect, and the way all Southerners respect the 2019 election, none of them contest for that election. Across almost all parties, no Southerner contest. Mostly the major parties, mostly Northerners now contest for the election. Perhaps in the also talks or insinuate say make Southerners, Northerners also understand. Say this time or the 2027 election now the time for the South. So maybe also accord the same respect where they accord to them for 2019. Make una go here within the former IPAC chairman talk first of all, and then you go here within Datti Baba-Ahmed talk. Even the one when talk say look Nigerians on a day too docile. On a they act because on a suppose no say when it comes to constitutional democracy, power they on a hand. Only out of 280 million a day, 230 million Nigerians or more. If only 1 million alone come out, come protest, he say helicopter go carry Tinubu come out. Helicopter go carry and come out, and that will be the end of any bad governance in Nigeria. Do you believe so? Make you go watch all the things so you can talk. Make you come back and talk more.
First and foremost, for the Interparty Advisory Council, there's a new chairman. I'm former chairman. But for the coalition, I actually attended several meetings of the current coalition and was part of several deliberations. For the opportunities that lies for the coalition and their plan to remove the current administration that is not underperforming seriously, I think there are a lot of chances. But those chances should be predicated on certain factors and drawn within certain parameters. Because you cannot, in this day and time, when election and political dynamics have changed from where people need to stuff ballot box, run away with it and grab it, you need candidates that have momentum, that have public appeal, that have, that have organic depth of support, that to be able to go into the ballot so that you have or go onto the ballot so that you have the opportunity to remove the current government. And you know that if you, the kind of information that was put here to say that it must be not. What defeated Jonathan in 2015 wasn't just about the fact that the North felt that it was their turn from 2011-12 to build up to 2015, and they felt that it was their turn and that they must try to be part of it. And that would not even see happen without the implosion in the PDP, where you have people from River State, you have people from Imo, people from Kwara like Saraki and Co, who now eventually left the PDP. So the only way to defeat this current government is to have a candidate that will have the capacity to do so. And you can't come and put innuendos and rhetoric and say, so it must be the North. Pursuing generalization statement on general terms without specifically stating what candidate you think should be that. For me, I think that candidate should be Peter Obi. Candidate that have moved from, that goes around from state to state, that move from Jigawa to from Abuja to Kafasha to Kaduna, even to Olamaboro in Kogi State, and I've been to several technical institutions, nursing school. We can't have people who are not showing compassion, who are not showing that they have the capacity to be able to know the terrain of this country. Because the problem we have put people in government who have not been able to even know what is the route put that link between Ogugu to Enugu. What is that road? People don't travel, they travel on shop. But I have seen a candidate. I will not come to do a statement on that I will not mention name of those I think that can win this thing. And if you look at the last election, there was no political entrenchment. There was no political structure. People say, oh, there are 3 people tweeting in one room. There are no governors. There are no senators. But that election, Obi has proven beyond reasonable doubt that he has the public, the people have interest in him. Because it's about the messaging. It's about the acceptance. Because you can be popular and then you go to the ballot and there's no result. But people accept you. That's why your popularity translates into vote. So you look at the Southern election that was conducted, despite the fact that APC was in control of the structure in the entire south of our country. If PDP was in control of, within the south, PDP was in control of Delta. In that Delta, they had a vice presidential candidate for the PDP, and Atiku won the vote. Peter Obi won the vote there over 80%. You have the Southern election statistics where Peter Obi had 44.5%, Atiku had 19.4%, Tinubu had 35.5%, and Kwakwaso had 0.48%. You know, where he defeated every candidate that participated in the south. And when you come to the north, he had a substantial share. You have to take away the rigging, because the people say, oh, he didn't win the election. People are claiming he won the election. We need to go to the IRF and see that there are a lot of irregularities, a lot of forged results that were posted there. And if you look at the BBC report, expose done on River State, including Premium Times, you will find out that Peter Obi defeated every other candidate in River State. These are data that are verifiable, that you can reach out to. We can't just sit down and then come to a station and then try to put up candidates that are not going out there to sell themselves, to go around to connect with Nigerians, to show compassion to people who are going through crisis, like what happened in Makwa, and then we go and elect candidate again that will now start to draw Nigeria back.
Priorities are completely misplaced. When you have 100 people protesting, police don't even have to come out. When you have 1,000 people protesting, they will be arrested. If you have 10,000, gunshots, water cannons, and arrests. If you have 100,000 people, they begin to look for the leaders to negotiate and make some transfers to them. When 1 million people protest, a helicopter flies out of the villa, or some cars smartly drive out through tunnels of the villa. Now, we still don't have our priorities right. And when I say democracy, constitutional democracy belongs to the people who have earned their freedoms. Democracy is for the United States of America. They fought, they drove away the British hundreds of years ago, War of Independence and all those. And in France, you know their history and all those. We Nigerians, Muslims, Christians, Northerners, Southerners, have to all understand what democracy is. Even out, clean out religion and ethnicity and make it our private things. And it is civic matters that democracy is about. We have to stop talking about Northwest, South-South, South-Central, Southeast, and all these regions. Talk about social strata, the middle class, if it exists, the classes, talk about them. How will they vote? Talk about labor, TUC, talk about security personnel, talk about farmers, talk about traders, importers. Some people speak their fears. It is not true, I never said that. There's electronic evidence of the entire procession. I didn't say that.
No, nobody said you said that at that meeting.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you're a pretty smart guy politically. I doubt if you'd go there and say that. But is that something that you're thinking about?
Look at my trajectory. And I've said this repeatedly, that in 2019, I aspired for the presidency and I lost, together with 11 others. And during that contest, I felt so honored by a certain act which very few people, or probably no one recognized, is that there wasn't a single aspirant north of River Niger and Benue in that. This was a very good message. This was a very clear message. They decided to respect Peter Obi. Even during our campaigns, I was saying it, and Wikis and others. It's not that they didn't have the resources or the experience or the people to contest in 2019. They decided to wait it out. And I felt if my Nigerian brothers showed me this level of respect, the least I could do when it came to 2023, after the disappointment of the 8 years APC, was let the Southerner come. Right. And I religiously supported Peter Obi, like I would do again.
Right.
So in 2027, unless if certain two people that I have tremendous respect for decide not to take it, and God Almighty in His infinite mercy keeps keeping it, dropping it for me, except if that happens, I can tell you Peter Obi for sure, because he's in the game, he contested before, yes, I'm with him, I'll support him. If he doesn't, or another person that I won't call his name from the south, they don't. Otherwise, I'm not ambitious.
Right.
My key ambition, stop the killings, stop the stealing, stop the slime.
Easy, and he leaves you to use your
Right.
judgment and initiatives, and I trust that's what he did. But he was fully in the picture.
Right. But did he react when you told him you were going to go? If so, what was his reaction?
It's like I'm indifferent about it. It's okay.
And what was the response of the Abure faction when you came to make the case that you came to make?
They were elated. They are yearning for leadership. And I told them I'm there to do it. They are yearning for an end, so to say, about whatever we're going through as a party. But while I was there to reconcile, I was also reconciling Labour Party and the general public by the same token. I was doing many things at the same time.
So in a sense, you were being, I'm wondering if you were being just politically pragmatic by your move, in the sense that some have suggested that the coalition may well end up anointing Atiku Abubakar as its candidate, and you and presumably Peter Obi don't want to be left in the lurch if that happens, which is why you're making these overtures to the Labour Party.
No. My own thinking was, convince me why I should come into ADC. Where was ADC in 2023 when Labour Party claimed we got 10 million votes? Where was ADC?
Yeah, but there's always a time when a coalition comes into
That's
existence.
what I'm saying. The coalition pointed us at, convince me. And the general message is that I am yet to be convinced to leave Labour Party. I am yet to be convinced. And Peter Obi himself, I don't want to speak for him, but when he's okay, he will speak for himself. To the best that I know, Peter Obi is, and I repeated the welcome that Labour Party's arms are open to embrace back Peter Obi. I would like him to again win the nomination of Labour Party and contest in 2027 with or without me.
You don't hear all the things. These are just highlights of that interview where Datti Baba-Ahmed get for Inside Arise Television yesterday evening with Charles and Yagolo inside their primetime show. Well, you don't hear all the things and when you talk. Whoa. This one, Seth, it touched me well. But what do you think about all the things when you talk? The high points and when you make about the constitution, about the election and all of that. Waiting, how it take do you for body? Are the way to take your thoughts and reactions under here. Send them under here. Thank you so much for coming. Drop your thoughts, your reactions. I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow us like a village people. Like and drop your comments under. See you next time. Bye.